May bago kasi naman sa RA 9184 yung third IRR. Once na ang BAC is nakagawa na po or may recommendation na, may resolution na siya na recommended by at pumunta na yan yung dokumento dun sa head of the agency, lahat po ng prospective bidder, we need to inform kung ano yung recommendation natin kay head of the procuring entity. Within 3 calendar days po yan after the BAC signed the recommendation po, yung BAC resolution. For transparency purposes po talaga yan. So, yun. Actually, yes ma'am.
My question is it the responsibility of the BAC after determining the lowest responsive bidder? What I meant there is the communication, the official communication that the lowest responsive bidder has been determined. Dapat ba yun na ipadala yung communication to that company?
Yes ma'am.
So that should be official. It should be official.
Sa lahat po ng prospective
Sa lahat
bidder
ng prospective
na
bidders.
nag-participate po. Actually,
That participated
It's a requirement.
in the bidding.
Yes ma'am.
It's a requirement.
Yes ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yan yung bago dito sa third IRR.
Yeah.
Yes, BMD1 followed by Yosek Reyna.
Mr. Chair, mine is not a question, it's rather a clarification from the question. Ang tanong po yata ni ma'am, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes, sir.
that after determining the lowest
Lowest
responsive,
bidder.
are we saying na ito'y recommended na o approved na po ng head of the procuring entity?
Hindi pa po sir.
Hindi pa.
Recommendation pa lang po.
It's a recommendation coming from the
BAC.
BAC.
Yes ma'am.
That they should the responsive, the lowest responsive bidder should receive, and all those who participated.
Yes ma'am.
Yun po yun.
Then this is my drilling question. Number 2 will be, it might happen that during the bid opening, there will be some who will not be responsive, right?
Yes ma'am.
And
Yes, sir.
they will be, lalaki ako. Demi relax. Yeah, and during that what we call disqualification, what will be the immediate what we call action that the BAC will be doing, the secretariat person, to those who are disqualified?
So, sa punto kasi na yun, sir, during the bid opening, meron siyang possibility na ma-disqualify na. So, dito naman, may protest mechanism po tayo under Section 55. So, halimbawa, during bid opening, sinabi ni BH Chair, yung example po na pwede sa mag-disqualify, halimbawa, nakita na non-compliance na dun sa ibang item. So, dapat tatanungin ni BAC Chair, yung authorized representative ng bidder. Sabihin niya, do you have an intent to file a request for reconsideration? Kasi po, dinisqualify na siya during the bid opening. So, yun po ang mechanism ng protest eh. So, pwede pang i-challenge dun dinisqualify natin ng bidder, yun ang ating decision. So,
Mr. Chair, what if it is not discretionary? I mean, you do not have discretion, like pass or fail lang naman tayo.
Opo, yes sir. Pass or fail, pag sinabi kasi nila discretionary, present or absent.
That is right.
Pero during that bid opening, pwede rin tayong mag-conduct ng preliminary examination. That bid opening is considered as also as a preliminary examination. Ito po yung basic example. So, dapat lahat ng documents na sinubmit nila sa'yo valid during on the day ng bid opening.
Hindi, what I'm saying, Mr. Chair, wala nga yung dokumento eh.
Kung wala po sir, it's automatic disqualification.
That is exactly what I am saying. Pag non-discretionary, wala na yun.
Wala na po. Pero it is necessary po, pag nandun po rin authorized bidder, tatanungin natin siya. You have an intent to file request for registration kasi sasabihin mo sir na ito yung lack of documents mo. So pag sinabi ni prospective bidder na we have no intention to file a request for registration, we need to back na ibalik yung kanyang sinubmit na bid offer. Pag sinabi yes, we have an intent to file a request for registration, so kailangan mo gawin doon sa sinubmit niyang bid offer, ibalik mo doon sa bid box. So yun po yung mga scenario. Sa mandatory, kung mag-disqualify ka, you need to inform po yung ating mga prospective bidder. Kasi po, meron tayo dyan ang protest mechanism. Nag-file ng request for registration within 3 calendar days po dapat lang yun, upon notification. Halimbawa, dito na nag-file siya. Ano ba yung nilalaman ng request for registration? Plainly na narrative lang po yun. Hindi dapat na magpapalisa ng request for consideration kung may lacking of documents ka, nakatouch na yung documents doon. Hindi pa pwede doon. No modification of bid na po after the deadline of bid.
Doon lang ako sa non-discretionary.
Opo.
Yeah, thank you. So, PM Diwan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question is relative to the other question.
Sir.
Is the back duty bound to notify the bidder
Yes po.
at
Kasama
what
po siya.
stage?
So, at ang unang stage po niyan, pag natapos ang opening of bid, kailangan i-notify niya lahat yung na-receive niyang bid. Na-receive niyang bid. Halimbawa, 5 kumpanya nag-submit ng bid. Ino-notify niya yung 5 kumpanya na naka-receive kami ng bid sa'yo after the opening. So, the second notification is during natapos mo na yung postwal. Ano ba yung scenario o instant na sasabihin mo na tapos na yung postwal mo. So, tapos na o nakagawa ka na ng BAC resolution. May recommendation ka na kay head of procurement entity. So, pag nakapag-receive ka na ng dokumento kay head of the agency, recommended by, pirmado na lahat ng member ng BAC. So, that is the time also to inform lahat naman na rin na nag-submit sa'yo ng bid offer na meron na kaming recommendation sa head of the agency.
Yes, I understand that there must be notification.
For transparency po, pwede po yung...
Excuse me. What I'm asking is, when is the first time that the bank must or is mandated to notify a bidder? Is it after the opening or the financial proposal or the ML2 or before or after bid valuation?
After of opening and after the post qualification.
So there are two notices.
Yes, sir.
Opening and the post-qual.
What will be the effect? What will the effect if the lowest bidder was not notified? What will be the effect of that?
10 portion siya hindi ni-notify yung lowest bidder.
After the opening of the second envelope.
Actually, sir, yung process, kasama yun sa process eh. Nakalagay po yung sa RA 9184, yung process. Kung hindi siya ni-notify, so yung process, hindi natin nasunod po yun.
Excuse me,
Regular process po. Sir,
is it not the policy of the 9180?
May,
Okay.
Sige sir,
okay, go ahead.
Is it not the policy under 9184 that only those or only the one declared lowest bidder shall be subjected to post qualification?
hindi, during bid evaluation, halimbawa 5 bidder, sir, ang unang priority mong ipo-postwal, yung lowest calculated bid. During bid evaluation, sir, ang output pa ng PAC dyan, lowest calculated bid pa lang muna. So, nakarank po yan. So, unang ipo-postwal, so, pag sinabi mo sa yung postwal, sine-check or bine-verify mo naman yung responsiveness. Di ba po, nag-award tayo to the lowest and responsive. So, sa bid evaluation, ang output mo dyan, na-determine mo na yun unang lowest. Isa lang po yung lowest. So, yun yung ipo-postwal mo
Yeah,
muna.
that's what I'm saying.
So, i-inform mo
But
siya na
then-
you are the lowest calculated.
Yes.
Those that have been declared DQ or disqualified during the opening of the bid say that not complying on the specification of the contract
Yes, sir.
required shall be immediately informed after the bidding
Yes,
of
sir.
their disqualification.
Opo,
Yes.
may decision po yung kasi ng BAC. Dapat i-inform natin siya para ma-exhaust.
Immediately.
Opo, para ma-exhaust niya naman yung protest mechanism under
Correct.
Section 55.
Yes, guys,
This is just a follow-up question from the other question of the other board member. Is it now what they call an understanding that the lowest calculated is a qualifier for it to be evaluated, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's responsible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Una po kasi bid evaluation na. Magiging responsive lang siya pag na-postqual na siya.
So at the meantime, lahat ng nag-qualify dun sa pre-qual mo are all candidate to be what they call evaluated.
Yes, sir. Lahat lang nag-qualify dun sa stage ng opening.
Okay.
Of preliminary.
Another will be being the resource person, of course, who's expert on this one. Can we also be clarified if the hope, the solitary hope, is no other than the head of the agency. Wala nang iba.
Depende po sa charter niyo po yun.
Hindi, and then this case, I'm referring to TESDA.
Ako, ang na-inform ko sa akin po kasi, the TESDA board is the head of the agency. Kasi po, depende po sa charter niyo yun, kung sino yung naka-establish sa charter.
Understanding the charter of TESDA.
Opo.
Yeah, with your permission, we have now an opinion from the DOJ that the book is the Director General.
The head of the
Of course, before that came, the TESDA board also decided that DIHO is the Director General of TESDA. And then this was the opinion of the Department of Justice came after that, practically supporting or confirming the decision of the TESDA board to be legally in order. Yes, go ahead. Yes, again,
I just want to go back to the notification process. The notification process of the lowest calculated comes after the opening of the second envelope.
For information purposes pa lang po yun. After opening, for information purposes pa lang po yun. Nasusulat ka sa mga prospective, sa mga bidder, nag-submit sa'yo ng bid. Wala pa kung lowest doon, wala pa lang after bid opening po, dun sa stage ng opening of financial proposal, the first notification is sasabihin lang ng BAC na naka-receive sila ng bid coming from that company. Wala pa pong sasabihin mo siya na lowest, wala pa po yun. Sasabihin mo po yun, yung lowest calculated responsive bid, during that, natatapos na yung post-qual mo. Yun po yung second notification.
Pagkatapos ng post-qual.
Ang sasabihin mo doon, actually, hindi pa approve eh. Nasasabihin mo na may BAC recommendation na yung test, yung BAC ng TESDA, kung sino yung lowest calculated responsive bid. Yung sa mga
But during the opening of the financial proposal,
Ano pa lang
it's
po?
an open activity. The representatives of the bidder would already know who has the lowest calculated
Yeah.
bid.
Actually, kasi sir, may technicality pa dyan eh. After the opening of financial proposal, ang tawag pa lang po doon is abstract of bid as bid pa lang yun. Nakasama rin
Is
pa
the
lang po.
abstract of bid enough notification to
Doon po.
the bidder that he is the lowest calculated bid?
Pag sinabi kasi natin sir na lowest calculated bid, natapos na yung bid evaluation mo. Ang tawag naman doon, yung abstract of bid as bid mo, mangyayari, pag natapos yung bid evaluation mo, magiging abstract of bid as calculated na. Doon muna makita kung sino yun, lowest calculated bid mo po.
So, what is the difference between the notice after bid evaluation and the abstract of calculated bid?
Wala pa po tayong, ang nino-notify pa lang muna natin dito after the bid evaluation kung sino yung lowest calculated bid. Kasi yun, ang notification po nyon is sa yung una mong ipopost one.
It's to inform them that they will be evaluated.
Yes sir, opo.
yes, Mr. Secretary ng Palmay.
Mr. Chair, I hope we want to give more latitude. Does it also mean that among those who participated, and some of them will be disqualified, and for those who will be qualified, it does not mean also that when they qualify for the pre-evaluation, immediately, among those na qualify natin, may mananalo. So, ibig sabihin, maski pa lowest sila presume, after the what we call evaluation, maaaring wala pa rin responsive doon. And that we need to failure the
Opo,
bid.
in responsive kasi we need to verify all the submission, all the technical specification, requirements submitted by the lowest calculated bid. Hindi po automatic na siya yun. Yun nga po sinasabi ko kanina, hindi tayo nag-away sa lowest. Nakikitignan nga muna natin kung responsive siya.
Yes, we have done.
After plus
Opo.
We have done it.
That is connected with the question, but I guess DMP wants. May I? Okay.
Yes.
So, ganito nangyari, di ba? Tama eh. Hindi lang dapat, hindi lang lowest calculated.
Tama po,
But
sir.
also responsive.
Yes, sir.
So may I just know the process? Process is like this. So let's say there are 4 bidders.
For bidder who submit the bid
Right.
offer during the, before the deadline of opening.
Right. So ang unang titingnan, post-qualify, yung pinakang-lowest na una.
Opo. Kasi po,
Tapos-
yun po yung naka-stated dun sa bid evaluation. Nag-conduct ka na ng lowest calculated bid.
Pagkatapos niyan, so he has to be informed, right? That he
Yes,
has to
sir.
call,
Ipo-postpal mo kasi siya, sir.
Right.
Postpal, you conduct inspection and testing samples.
Right, that's correct. Pagkatapos nun, pag assuming based on that, hindi siya responsive, then what is the next process?
The next
Inform mo
lowest.
siya sa na-disqualify siya, and then
Right.
kung sino yung second
Next.
lowest, ipo-postpal mo.
At pagkatapos, pag hindi nanalo, hindi rin responsive yung second, you now proceed to the third,
Third,
the fourth, the same
So forth and
process.
so on.
At kung talagang walang responsive,
The
that's
BAC
the time you
shall declare and recommend to the
failure.
head of the procuring entity that the failure of bidding due to non-eligibility of all the bidders.
Leaders.
That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Yes, BM.
Somewhere in the procurement law, it prohibits a bidder,
Bidder, sir.
the bidder from communicating.
Opo, no
With the-
contract
with
rule
the-
until the notice of
Exactly.
Yes. At what stage?
At
That's
pag-
the- At what stage in this process
Prior to.
where the bidder is prohibited
after the opening of
to make any inquiry?
after bid opening po, sir.
That is after bid opening.
Until notice of award.
Correct. Now, from the outset,
Except po dun yung sa inform siya na siya yung ipo-postpal mo, except po yun. Written po yun eh.
can I go to other?
Yes, go ahead, BM.
At the outset, Mr. Chair, I give due respect to the legal opinion rendered by the DOJ and the DOLE concerning the issue on who is the head of the TESDA. Now, the resource person made mention that about pointing to the TESDA board as the hope.
Depende po sir sa charter
What is
niyo
your
po yun.
basis?
Sa charter niyo po yun.
What is your basis in saying that?
Actually, yung charter niyo po ang makakapagsabi yun, hindi po ako. It's either the TESDA board or yun nga po, yung Director General. Nakalagay naman po yung charter.
Yes, go ahead.
My representation here is still at the infancy period, batang-bata pa po dahil kapapasok lang namin kami. But my recollection tells us that the reason why being the head of the procuring entity was given to the Director General with the rank of Secretary was because during our meeting then, I do not know what exact meeting is that or which meeting is that, we actually used that basis, the charter that they were saying. Isa sa sinabi natin doon na may rank siyang secretary. Number 2, it was further resolved by a resolution coming from the board. Tama po ba yun? Di ba nag-resolution tayo para coming from the board? So, I think both condition that was given was by the resource person was satisfied.
Yeah, the opinion of DOJ, the reasons why they stated that the Director General of TESDA is stated that yung mga ibang sinight doon na is when it has to be the board is in the case of the government-owned corporation. That's just one.
Right.
But we can give a copy of the opinion.
Yes, there's a resolution.
If there's a, that's, I think, Secretariat, please provide the members of the board the opinion of the opinion on that.
And if I may, Mr. Chair, in fact, during that meeting, which we could check from the minutes, I'm trying to use my recollection, there were some reservations then from the board to sign. Because precisely when you sign, there's accountability. And during that time, this procedure was not yet presented. So there's a big reservation from the board to act as the head of the procuring entity because with mightier power or mightier authority comes responsibility.
Yes, yes, I read,
I'm about to ask from our senior board members here, because from the very beginning, we were aware that it was the board who is on a certain limitation as the head of the procuring entity. But suddenly, because of this board resolution, there was a change granting the authority to the Director General, who is the sitting chairman of the board. Now, may we know if there is indeed a provision in the charter that says that the board can act as the whole. Is there any? Because this was the practice for quite some time. Is there any?
well, actually, the answer to that is the DOJ opinion. It's all there. Yeah, there's a DOJ.
Excuse me, sir.
Unless,
The board, with due respect, sir, the board charter is based on Republic Act 7796, and it is a law. If this is only a opinion of the Department of Justice, probably the opinion is a bit questionable to my take.
But that's right. The opinion of the Secretary of Justice is an opinion which guides actually all government agencies for the matter. And if you want to question that, then you bring that to the court. So, ganun yun eh. But that's why I'm furnishing a copy of that opinion para you will all be enlightened. Because it's all there. It was discussed very in detail. Yeah, so it's well, something nakita kong nauna. Yes, sige.
I thought all the while that the opinion of the DOJ was given considering the provisions of the test law, because it was cited when we asked for it. And therefore the opinion was also based on the test law. It's not an independent opinion of the Department of Justice without referring to the test law. So having made that opinion, it's quite settled with me at this point of time that the hope is the DG.
That's right.
Unless somebody question it in a court of law and the courts come to another decision, otherwise than the opinion of the DOJ. I suppose it is how the matter goes. But if you don't mind, I have other question. Because it can happen that right after the opening of the financial proposal, where all the representatives are there, more or less you would know who has the lowest calculated bid, not the lowest calculated and
Lowest bid pa lang po. Yes, sir.
Calculated bid lang.
Lowest bid pa lang po.
Lowest bid.
With
no?
respect
Ah,
to
lowest
the
bid.
summary of bid price lang po.
And is it allowable at that point of time for somebody from the back to declare that this particular bidder is the lowest bid?
Lowest bid, yes sir, during abstract bid as rate pa lang po. Pero hindi pa po yung occasion. Ang kasunod ng process nyo is bid evaluation. Kailangan, ang treatment mo doon, equal pa din yun, sir.
So the notification of the lowest calculated bid comes when?
After the bid evaluation, sir.
After the bid evaluation.
Yes, sir.
And in what form does the notice?
Actually, that is the post-call letter. It's automatic kapag bibigyan ka po ng post-call letter, nakadefine doon.
Can you also claim that the abstract of bid given to the bidder constitute a notification of the lowest calculated?
Hindi po yung abstract of bid as calculated ang binibigay namin po. Na post-call letter po, na siya yung magsusunod sa proseso ng post-qualification.
So when do you release the abstract of bid?
After you conduct bid evaluation, sir, within
After
7
bid
calendar days.
evaluation,
Opo,
that is
within
the
7
abstract of
calendar.
bid.
Yes, sir.
And
Within
that is
7
given to all the bidders.
Hindi po. Hindi po default na ibibigay nyo sa lahat ng bidders yun. Kung gusto niya mag-access, you can provide. But hindi po by default na ibibigay mo lahat ng sa prospectus bidder.
Can that constitute a notification?
Hindi mo siya i-notify, sir. Ganito yan, sir, yung no contact rule. Pero halimbawa, ang tanong niya lang sa'yo, meron ba, nasa stage na kayo? Pag sinabi mo, tapos na yung bid evaluation namin. So, given yung mga bidder, dapat meron na kayong abstract of bid as calculated. Yun po yung information na pwede natin ibigay sa kanila. O, after natapos na natin yung abstract of bid as calculated. Pero hindi po yun tayo mismo magbibigay. We need na kailangan sumulat sila sa atin in a written form po yun, na humihingi sila ng kopya ng abstract of bid as calculated natin.
Would you mind, DJ,
Yes,
if I get another question?
Yes, go ahead, Master.
Yeah. In the determination of the lowest calculated and responsive bid,
Yes sir, post-qual po yun. Yun po yung output ng post-qualification process.
what are the requirements to determine the lowest calculated and responsive bid?
Compliance
Specifically,
po. Compliance po.
compliance
Technical
to
specification, compliance
specifications
to the eligibility
and the
documents.
price.
The price is within the approved budget for the
ABC.
contract. Kasi po, yun lang yung authorized natin na gastusin. Kaya po, approved budget for the contract. Reference po niya sa authorization law.
Then compliance to the specification be enough by merely referring to the documents given by the bidder, written documents given by the bidder and the victors.
It depends to our bidding documents. But by default, it must be supported by the evidence. So, be supported by sample certification from the
But what do you
manufacturer.
mean it depends?
Ito po yun. Ayan po yung sinasabi natin yan. Yung picture, wala pong nakalagay na picture dyan. Siyempre po, diba yung technical specification, nakalagay dun sa portion na to, sa ilalim, yung technical specification natin. So, statement of comply, not comply. Kung ganun lang, walang supported evidence, it's not suffice. Hindi po pwedeng mag-suffice yun. Dapat, yung sinabi niyan compliance dyan, it must be supported or evidence. Yan po, evidence shall be in the form. So, ano yung evidence? Shall be in the form of amendment sales literature, yung mga brochure, or yung certification from manufacturer na yung specification na sinabi niya doon, yun nga talaga yun. Saka ito po, pwede rin sample, meron din independent test data as appropriate po. Kung sa picture, sa akin po, in case of opinion, kung nilalaman lang ng envelope pa niya is picture, medyo hindi po mabisa po sa yun. Dapat yung pinaka-minimum is the sample. Dapat included dun sa envelope pa niya yung sample, yung submission niya. Kasi kung merely picture, paano makikita yung relevant characteristics
Can
mo?
you describe what the sample is? Would it constitute a picture or well sample of the one you are
Kalimitan sa lahat po ng agency is sample. Sample. Because yun po, maliwanag yung example ng evidence. The sample.
Sample is the minimum requirement. Even
Ang
if
necessary
you
requirements po
have,
sa
statement
Necessary.
or bidding. even if you
statement
have a
po pwede
statement.
yun from the manufacturer. Pero
Ah.
hindi galing sa kanya. Dapat may certification from the manufacturer po, sir.
So, sample is a minimum. Without
Sample
it,
is the
the other
result.
evidences
That
does not count.
is the necessary requirements po. Siya po. Ang necessary requirements po, siya po kasi siya.
Yes, go ahead, Yusuf.
I think the answer to the question of BM Asper can be found on the floor. Can I need to go up? The question was if documents submitted will be sufficient enough to say whether it's failing or beating, what you call complying. Precisely because there's a pre-procurement conference where everybody will be enlightened. Everybody has the chance to ask, be clarified from the terms
Within
of
our procurement organization.
That is right, sir.
Ayan. So, diyan po muna natin dinarap yung bidding documents po natin. Pwede natin sabihin na ano ba yung dapat nilalaman ng envelope ng
Exactly.
bidder na to. So, may reference naman po tayo dyan. Ito po kasi yung standard bidding docs. Pipili ka dito. Pwede mo
in
sabihin.
the terms of reference, right?
Opo.
Na kinaklaro rin yan ng mga bidders, right?
Yes po.
At kung may deviation, maglalabas naman ng bid bulletin.
Yes, sir.
So there's no room in this world that will tell us na yung mga bidder ay hindi nila naiintindihan yun because they were given the
We conduct
opportunity.
pre-bid po.
Correct.
We conduct pre-bid. We advertise po, open. We nga po ang public bidding. Kasi we open to all prospective. We open.
So is it also right to say that only those that were submitted as document, because they are solid document, doon tayo magre-rely?
Yes,
At
sir.
yun din ang i-evaluate natin such that if they declare o sinulat doon na it goes substandard from what was written in the term of reference, automatic failure yan.
Yes po. Yun po yung bidding documents natin.
Or if the
Yung
physical
official
appearance
documents.
deviate from the actual terms of reference, hindi mali na talaga yan.
Mali po. Non-compliance po talaga yun. Naka-establish po naman sa maigi sa terms of reference.
So tama yung tanong ni BM Asper na sa dokumento pa lamang, malalaman mo na kung failure siya. You need not to further evaluate because you cannot claim something that you did not submit.
But that will be contradictory to what he said himself, because he says that sample is the minimum.
Necessary.
I will say.
Sir, ano yung sa akin
Documents
po, na ma-prove niyo yung...
Sorry, BM Asper is still talking and then he will respond.
My question was, how weighty is the sample and when? No? Kasi I will say the sample is the minimum.
Hindi.
But in the submission of documents, here already the bidder already submitted a lot of documents referring to the specification as well as submitting pictures and the brochures, no, of the item that he was going to bid upon. So that is what is used by the technical working group of the bank to determine whether there is technical compliance
Based on the submitted po dun sa
based on the submitted
Pero
documents.
dapat yung submitted documents na sir, in accordance po dun sa bidding documents.
Wala pang sample doon.
Ah,
So when do you require a sample?
depende po kung ano po naka-state dun sa ating technical specification. Kaya po
Depende
tayo,
kung ano naka-state sa.
sa technical specification or the bidding documents po natin na
So,
pinag-usapan natin
ano yung depende? What state means?
Pre-pro conference po yun, sir.
Ha?
Pre-pro conference, pinag-uusapan pa lang po natin kung ano yung gusto nating makita dun sa submission ng ating mga prospective bidder.
So,
Kaya po
okay.
may process po
Kung
siya
sa
ng pre-pro conference po.
pre-procurement conference, naka-specify na doon that the bidder will submit
The following.
the following.
In support to your compliance. Or
The
nakalagay.
specification, the pictures of the one you are going to offer as your bid.
Opo, yun po
No?
yung nakalagay sa technical specification niyo po, sir.
So that constitute enough evidence to evaluate whether the bidder complies with both the technical and the price specification from the submission of the bidder
Opo.
himself required during the
Pre-pro
pre-procurement
conference
conference.
po pinag-uusapan nyo.
So you do not need really a sample.
Depende po yung sa pre-proc nyo. Kayo po, within your procurement organization, ang makakapag-decide po nyo during pre-proc. Kaya
Okay,
makikita
so the
natin-
decision for a sample does not depend on the statement of the law, but
Ay,
depends on the
Option po.
statement of the agency
during pre-proc.
during pre-procurement.
Yes, sir.
Ha?
Specify.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes,
And Mr. Chair, for the sake of discussion, of course, the sample will only be as important when the document complies.
Yes, sir.
Kasi kung ang hahanapin mong sample, yung mismo sinabit mo sa document. Halimbawa, numbers are very important, measurements are very important. If they fall below or substandard from what was required, then why ask for a sample? Alam mo naman talagang may substandard siya. So the sample will only be requested or asked as and when the document complies.
Yes, sir.
yes,
And I think what is important in what Yusef Pagana said is that it's the specification that was mentioned.
So, naka-state po doon yung specification, sasabihin niya naman doon, yung coming from manufacturer po. Hindi po pwedeng siya yung bidder ang mag-specify. Yan po yun eh, maliwanag naman po. Yun yung evidence na coming from manufacturer naman po.
so any other question? So, yes, go ahead, BM.
Because I think later there is an issue. I'm just given the statement of Director General and also Attorney Hiwa, I will just be asking some clarification. Two things. Number one, you're saying that Dole is, rather, the Department of Justice renders an opinion as to who is the head of agency. Okay. And so in the Department of Justice opinion, it is actually the Director General. But I think the word there is still opinion. Are we saying that it is persuasive, but in the sense it's not yet final? I'm asking the question to Attorney Diva.
Yes, BMD.
Yes, I can state here that as a lawyer, the legal opinion rendered by government office, like the Dole, the Solicitor General, are just legal opinion. They are only binding upon the parties who requested the opinion. But still, in the absence of an express provision of the law, pointing to the head of the agency, of course, that legal opinion must be followed. That's why I said I give due respect to the legal opinion of rendered by the Dole and the Solicitor General of the Department of Justice. But then as a lawyer, I'm just thinking of the second paragraph of the implementing rule, Rule 1, Section 1. Second paragraph, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It says there that the tester board is the governing body, and the Director General is the executive arm. That is a pure provision in the implementing rule. That's why, to my mind, there is indeed a legal issue in this case to be resolved by the court. But in the meantime, let us test out what the legal opinion has been rendered. Plus, the passage of the resolution authorizing the Secretary General as the head.
Yes.
Oh. That's my answer.
Okay. So,
Yes.
for the clarification, so there seems to be a legal issue. What actually saves us is the court resolution. Because I noticed when you talk about TESDA, you talk of TESDA as a whole, right? And actually, in reality, in analyzing the TESDA law, TESDA as an institution is actually composed of two bodies. The first one is the TESDA Secretariat, and of course the governing board, the TESDA board.
Yeah, excuse me. If we don't have questions doon sa taga-GPBB, if you can be excused, because he asked to be excused 30 minutes nga sinabi niya prior. Kung any question from na gusto pa nating i-address sa kanya.
May we have a
Yes,
copy of
because-
the slide and the
Presentation. Kami,
Yes, sir.
kami.
Yes, sir.
Capture naman ano doon. Okay. So, kami.
One more na lang.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
In the event, with all the communication that has been, yung question ko rin kanina, going back there na, when the BAC determines the lowest responsive bidder, with those with the communication that BAC has made, in the event that there was no communication received by the bidders, not necessarily yung lowest responsive, what is the repercussion? In the event that there were no communication received from the BAC to the recipient.
Pero ma'am, na-inform natin sila, napareceive natin o wala na?
Walang information. No information at
We
all.
did not do po yun. Kumbawa, sa 5 bidder po, kailangan i-inform
Ano
natin.
nangyari po?
Hindi natin ginawa yung proseso na yun. So,
Hindi po nangyari.
Hindi nasunod yung proseso.
yung proseso, yun.
That's all.
Sa
That's just a part. Thank you for your...
Kasama kasi po sa proseso.
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
Jerry,
failure. Is does it mean it's failure?
Ang magde-declare po ng failure kapag gano'n na yung proseso, hindi natin nagawa, hindi po si BEC, the head of the
The head of the agency na.
Opo, kasi ang failure na magre-recommend si BEC, yung pong mga non-eligible
Based on
Right.
the grounds sa 1991-84.
So it is,
Pero kung yung process ang
It is the head.
ang sinasabi natin na hindi nagawa ng kumpleto, the head of the agency,
Agency.
po ang mag-disapprove.
that's exactly referring to, excuse me na, referring to kasi there was this protest na hindi naka-receive ng communication.
Ayun nga po ang scenario. Part po
That's the
kasi ng
scenario,
process
that's
po.
the worst scenario that I am asking.
Opo. It's a part of the process po.
Thank you.
For sure may
Okay.
sinasay
Any other question to be addressed sa kanya? Yes, go ahead, PM.
Yeah, I have two questions. Number one is, I don't read anything about internet as a reference for evaluating the specification of a tool or a material.
May baka dumating
Is internet a reference for disqualification, for disqualifying the bidder because the item is not found in the internet? That's one. Number two is when does the BAC post in the Philjips a declaration of failure of bidding? Is it after all the bidders, is it after the BAC has failed the first LCV until they have also done the evaluation of the fourth LCV or bidder, or is it done posting of failure of bidding only after the first LCV has been evaluated? Meaning there are four bidders, and when does the BAC post in the Philjips a declaration of failure of bidding? That's the second question.
Yes, go ahead.
The answer for the second question, sir, is after after the hope declared the failure of bidding. Not after the lowest calculated declared as a disqualified.
So, meaning the BAC can never post in the Philjips a failure of bidding with, it's only after the Hope has ruled that there's a failure of bidding.
Yes, sir. Within the calendar days, we need to post it in the Philippines. So, for that first question, it's not only the internet yung po yung base na dinideclare mo na non-compliant yung sinubmit sa'yo. You have to do the verification from the manufacturer, not only internet po. You need to...
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Question
Related din sa
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, let us be clarified here. Of course, the hope of the what you call procuring entity who happens to be right now the Director General cannot run the day-to-day operation. Kaya nga may backshot secretariat. So ang nagpapadala talaga yung back. But the decision will be coming from the hope.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Kasi parang ang dating kanina ay manggagaling lang sa Director General. We have to understand the Director General is a very expensive dito is a very high salary grade na magpapadala at magko-communicate. Siya lang ang nagde-design. Pero ang kanyang legwork, ang kanyang market, ang kanyang arm will be the back secretary. Who runs the day-to-day operation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other questions sa DCTV? Kung wala na, then can we now excuse him? Yes, thank you very much.
Teacher.
Okay, thank you very much.